So next, this first one is from Matthew Mason from St. Augustine, Florida. The subject is Kenny Omega. After listening to the mailbag from last week with the Kenny Omega being in WWE discussion, do you guys think that Dave Meltzer would have a higher opinion of WWE if Kenny ever signed there? Or do you think it's a blind loyalty to Tony Khan? It's Matthew Mason, St. Augustine, Florida. No, you know what? I think that I think Dave kind of has I'm not sure of this, okay? But this is what it seems to me. Dave does not have as many sources in WWE as he would like, and I think he has a lot freer range of information flow from the AEW people, like his friends and stuff, everything. So I don't think he would ever. I think he's always going to try to because a lot of those guys are his friends that work there, and WWE's not like that. A lot of these guys in WWE, bro, not a lot of the things is the WWE guys collectively bury Meltzer. Right? You don't hear a lot of the AEW people burying Meltzer. So they kind of put him over sometimes. So just by natural, reaction, Dave is going to be friendlier when he talks about AEW than he does WWE because they're nicer to him. I think, that's kind of obvious a little bit. What do you think, Konnan?
Yeah, I think if Kenny goes over there, they'll definitely he'll have a better opinion of WWE because he's a big fan for Kenny. But he's kind of weird because on one hand, I've seen him, and I wouldn't even say bury, just tell the truth of, AEW shortcomings. And then you'll see him defend them a lot on Twitter. But on The Observer, he goes in. You know what I'm saying? Right.
If you want to make some fantasy picks on your favorite sports, check out Underdog Fantasy. It's all the rage, where you can choose higher or lower between 2 to 8 players, and you can win up to 325 times your entry. Use the code K100 at the Underdog Fantasy website, on the app, or at our personalized link, and you can receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash as well as a free pick. Underdog Fantasy offers a unique approach to fantasy sports, and it's a simple pick-em style format. You can select players you believe will outperform expectations without the complexities of traditional daily fantasy sports. The user-friendly interface and growing community make it easy and fun to play, plus it's available in over 30 U.S. states. We will share our picks for you every week on K100 Sports. You can follow along or play against us. So use the code K100 at UnderdogFantasy.com on the app or at the link included in the show notes and receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash plus a free pick. UnderdogFantasy.com. It's an underdog thing. All right, so the next one is from an imbecile. Okay, Adge in Telford. This is Adge Grocott, right?
Right.
Yeah. Subject is Dave Inferno. Greetings from across the pond, chaps. Even though I was a Giants fan and despised the Eagles, I was glad they gave out an 85 Bears ass whooping on the Illuminati's favorite team. I trust Joe celebrated like every Eagles fan should by setting fire to his elderly neighbor's car. Glenn, are you aware of how much you sound like Meltzer in your constant defense of WWE numbers? The way you've septupled down on the matter is quite impressive.
Time out real quick because Konnan was out. Are you back in, Konnan? Can you hear us, Konnan?
You're muted. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, but we can see it too, though. So.
Okay, wait. Let me.
I saw this thing. Yeah.
All right. Ready.
Yeah,
all right.
Over here.
Next is from Adge and Telford is an imbecile. Adge Grocott. Subject is Dave Inferno. Greetings from across the pond, chaps. Even though I was a Giants fan who despised the Eagles, I was glad they gave it an 85 Bears on the Illuminati's favorite team. I trust Joe celebrated like every Eagles fan should by setting fire to his elderly neighbor's car. Glenn, are you aware of how much you sound like Meltzer in your constant defense of WWE numbers? The way you've septupled down on the matter is quite impressive. The product sucks. Russo and Ben are completely right. The Giants made $691 million in 2023, yet they're still terrible. Two things can coexist, you do realize. Anyway, still of the pod. That's Adge Telford. All right, Adge. Unfortunately, because you, Ben, and Vince are just deficient mentally. Okay, let me make this very clear. All right, there's 3 narratives you can choose. Right, Dave. Well, there's 2 things going on. One company, okay, there's 2 companies, AEW and WWE. One company's metrics are through the roof with attendance, viewership. What do you call it? Attendance, viewership, and revenue. Okay, they're dwarfing the other product. Okay, which attendance, revenue, attendance, and viewership is down. One is up and one is down. Okay, Dave likes to praise the product that has the bad metrics. Russo is burying the product that has the good metrics. And me and Konnan are praising the product that has the good metrics. Okay, which of the 3 narratives sounds like a logical position? to taking this because two of the positions are not logical and only one of the positions is logical. The people that are praising the product that has the good metrics. Now, as far as your stupid, this idiotic thing where Vince goes, just because I mentioned the word revenue, and Vince goes, well, the Giants made money and stuff that they still sucked. I'm like, okay, that's not the same. That's not apples to oranges here. The Giants, okay, are measured. Okay, now if you're measuring attendance, okay, most football teams, when they start the season, the attendance is strong. As the record deteriorates as the year goes on, people stop showing up for the games. So you look in the crowd, week 1 Giants, the freaking place is sold out. Week 17, the Giants, there's tons of no-shows. There's a lot of empty seats because people quit seeing the product, okay? I don't know what's so difficult to understand here, all right? Teams have poor attendance. The WWE has excellent attendance every single week. They're sold out every single week. Obviously, they're performing well. It's so difficult to understand here. Just because they hate the Craven, bro, you don't like it, fine. Okay, I'm not a fan of a lot of this stuff too. However, whatever they're doing for audience capture, all these ancillary things that we talk about with social media and all this other content they put out there, they're drawing the fans. Okay, and like you guys trying to say the product sucks is like, I'm trying to look at where, other than your review of the product, there's a perfect example, Rex Reed, okay? Most people consider Christopher Nolan a brilliant director, okay? Remember the movie critic Rex Reed, the guy with the lisp?
Yeah.
Joe? Okay. Yeah. He has scathing reviews of Christopher Nolan movies. Okay? He can't stand Christopher Nolan. Bro, if you read his reviews, they're wrestling promos, they're unbelievable. It's like this guy just crucifies Chris Nolan, right? But it's like the guy, that's like one critic. The guy's movies are doing really well, and a lot of people like his movies, and they get massive, they make massive amounts of money. So I would say Christopher Nolan is very successful, regardless of what Rex Reed says. I'm going to make the statement here that the WWE is very successful, regardless of what Vince Russo and Ben Hameen say. Period.
So
that's a factual statement that can't even be argued against.
So I would say this. So can you hear me?
Mm-hmm, of course.
He's almost, like you said, he's almost using the Vince Russo thing of like, oh, the Giants make a lot of money, but they're probably making money on jerseys and personal signings and stuff like that.
Licensing agreements.
Plus, baseball's a lot like the movies used to be, where like Disco would come into San Diego and he'd say, and Disco isn't the only one. I've done this with a couple people where they're like, hey, we're going to be in San Diego. Let's catch a baseball game. It's something to do with your friends. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Especially if they're doing good. But, bro, there's no way you can tell me if you're a wrestling fan and you know about wrestling, and it sounds like you're already married to your decision. I'm not going to try to change your mind because I respect your right to be wrong. But I will say this. Me and Disco, who have been watching wrestling most of our life, this is the first time I can ever remember us agreeing on that. The Bloodline storyline was so strong last year and the year before that they should be getting Emmys, okay? The story was great. The promos was great. The finishers are great. It became a little too redundant at the end. They went to the well too many times with the same thing. But they have so many feuds there that are so interesting. Plus, they do surprises like Jey Uso winning, and they've done that a couple times where you don't expect a surprise and you get one. They like to throw a lot of breadcrumbs out. Like, for example, Punk saying that Zayn isn't on his level. I can see them fighting in the future. I mean, they do so many things right. As a wrestler, as a fan, and as a person that's been in creative over 20 years, they're doing great stuff. And how you can say no, I don't understand. What do you think is good, Adge?
It's not even that, too. This is another thing, because Vince is like, oh, they make money. That's a stupid argument, okay? Because I'm gauging the WWE's product right now on their attendance.
Right.
Okay, when attendance starts faltering.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest barometers.
It's the biggest barometer for a product that's successful.
Right.
Because if your sports team is starting to stink and the record sucks, fans are stop coming to the games.
Right.
Period. It's like these are such basic analogies to make. It's like
I'll give you a good example. In AAA, for the last year, including last show in Tijuana, we've been getting anywhere from 80% attendance to sold out.
Right.
That means our business is doing very good. That doesn't mean we're going to rest on our laurels and not do. We're always going to try to come up with stuff to keep them coming back. But if our business was doing 50% attendance, you're in trouble, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is not the case.
Right.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.